Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015 whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Don't forget to like, listen, subscribe. Thanks to our listeners, our subscribers. Don't forget to catch us at 1 p.m. every Sunday Pacific time on our live town hall meeting. And we'd like people to send us your emails, and we'd like you to join us. We want to see your face on the screen. We want to hear what you have to say. We want you to get your point across about who you want to vote for, who you don't want to vote for, what policies you like, which ones you don't like. We want to hear from the people, and we want your voice to be heard.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, we get a lot of different messages, whether it's through on our YouTube page, whether it's on our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, even on our personal Facebook pages, we get to a lot of things where people say stuff that sometimes I'm like, I can't answer all that in just a quick message to you. I'd rather talk about it so we can have a fluid conversation, because some of the stuff is just, to me, it doesn't make sense, but obviously it makes sense to you. And so I'd like us to be able to discuss that a little bit more clearly. So make sure you pay attention to our Sunday town hall shows, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And before we start here, I just want to talk about, election is what, 2 weeks away?
About 20 days, I was saying.
About 20 days away. So right now,
like
there's a couple polls right here. The RCP average has Harris up by 1.6.
Yeah.
Fox News has Trump up by 2%.
Is this nationwide polls?
No, they do it in their office. And then
I mean, like, are they calling this nationwide polls? Or are they saying that this is in a swing state? Or are these nationwide polls?
No, it's just saying from 10-11 to 10-14.
Okay, so okay, I got
Let me see if I can find some other ones. So it's kind of like neck and neck, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Fox News has Trump up by 2. North Carolina has Harris up. National Marquee has a tie. And let's see, National Trump Marquise TIP have Harris up by 4 or 5 points. Let's see, Washington King TV survey has Harris up by 22 points. That's Washington.
Is that Washington State?
Yeah, California has him up by 24. Utah has Trump up by 16.
It's gonna be like that, yeah. And so saying all that to say, pretty much that this election is gonna be tight. You know what I mean? I really feel like it's kind of crazy, because when you really look at it, I see a lot of people who interest I do not believe are being served. I don't think they even understand how their interest would be served or even see what's happening right now. But I see a lot of them talking about voting for someone who I don't feel like represents their interests that they're saying, that they're actually speaking about. But like I said, on my page, I had a guy come on, and this is a person who's, near to my family, because he is family. But he was like, basically, I asked him, he said, Trump will make America great again. And look at my hue. I mean, this is what, and so, and I asked him, why do you say that? And what did he do during his presidency that, makes you believe that? And he came out and he said that, well, he gave us the stimulus checks. And that was the first thing he said. He did say a number of other things too, so I don't want to make it like that was all he said. He also brought up inflation. He also brought up the fact that, just look at the world how it is, XYZ, that he just didn't feel like that we were going in the right direction, and nobody would really help us at all. But that for some reason, he feels like Trump is the answer.
You know what's crazy? It's like people, they always bring up the stimulus checks and we're making so much money in the pandemic. No, you weren't. First of all, you were stealing money. The stimulus checks, everybody got those because they had to give it to everybody because nobody was working.
How much was the stimulus check for?
$1,200.
$1,200. Now
you're going to put your life on the line to get the police immunity for $1,200.
I mean, a one-time payment, which a lot of people don't even know that he was against all of that.
In blood.
But before we even had the shutdown, government shutdown, really his policies led us to having to shut down the way that we did. We could have had a much more orderly, clean shutdown that a lot of other countries had. They didn't have to go through all the pain that we went through here in this country because he denied it for so long. On top of that, Democrats had to fight in order to get people $700 on top of the regular unemployment checks that they were getting, because in some states like I think it's Arizona, you only get like $250 or max $350 a week. That's max. In our state, it's different. I think you get like $700 and something a week. You can get up to $700 something a week.
Yeah, and then they added a little extra.
They added an extra. So I think it was $700 or $700 on top of
boosted that, and they
each
boosted
one.
the food stamps because nobody was working.
Yeah,
but the whole thing is like, if we had like the right kind of leadership, let's be honest, he denied it. He denied COVID. He said, "Oh, this is a hoax by the Democrats to make me look bad."
Yep.
Then when it wasn't a hoax, instead of him saying, "Okay, I was wrong, you were right, they were right, people were right, let's fix this," he still doubled down and told people not to wear masks, spread the disease. We had incompetence in the White House. You can't deny it. It's all on videotape. So, I mean, you can argue with me all you want. It's incompetence. Every other presidential candidate that we had that was president that had something on H1N1 flu. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, we didn't stop a beat. You know what I'm saying? Was COVID going to shut us down anyways? Yes, but it didn't have to shut us down.
Not in that way. Other places shut down much more orderly, didn't lose as much economic output, didn't have to shut down the way that we did because we waited for so long and it just spread like wildfire. On top of that, you know, everybody has their pandemic, whether it was George Bush had 9/11. That's his version of a pandemic because we shut down everything for a while. Then we had to, for going to an orderly, some type of a war we had to go into afterward. On top of that, then he had the 2008 economic crisis. If you pull both of those two things off of his record, he was a great president. Everyone would think he was a great president, but you can't do that because that's not how life works. You don't get to take back the mistakes that you make or the things that happen in your life and say, oh, if these things don't happen, then life is good. No, you deal with the problems that come up to you every single day. Yeah, so it tells you what kind of a
things like that make or break your presidency.
Absolutely.
You can't say, well,
make
if he
or break
didn't
your
have
life
COVID,
too.
He would have been. No, he had COVID. How did he handle it? He handled it terribly.
He came into it. He came, like you always say, he came in with a great economy. I mean, let's just be real. You know what I mean? I don't want to just trash Trump because he's not. To me, he's the worst president that we've ever had. But he has done some things that I don't feel like are bad. You know, I look at the tariffs that he put on China. Even though he fell back off of some of them due to the fact that his daughter had got some what did she get? What do they call patents or something? She got given to her, so he like took some of these. I don't know if there are tariffs or other sanctions off of China for that. And on top of that, he's also proposed that he also went to the United Nations or NATO. I'm sorry, went to NATO and also made sure they paid more of their share.
Well, also it's like this, I consider George Bush a worse president than Donald Trump. Because George Bush, off bad information, led us into Iraq.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we were there. That was 20-some-odd years. A lot of Americans died. I remember watching soldiers like, we have a heavy soldier population, military population. I watched soldiers cry in front of me, knowing that they had to go to the most dangerous places in the Middle East. They're like, look, dude, I'm going to die. I am not coming back from there. They're like, the death rate over there is mad crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I look at George Bush as one of the worst presidents.
I can
he was
give
like,
you
he
that
went
too.
into Iraq off some fake information.
Yep.
He's like, well, remember they tried to kill my daddy.
Yep.
So you let tens of thousands of American soldiers
killed
die.
Millions of people. Now you know what the funny part about it, I'll give you that too. As far as economically, I'll say Trump, but economically, George Bush too. Don't get me wrong. He ran up trillions of dollars, and So yeah, it's a great argument to make. Good argument to make. I ain't gonna BS you. That's a good argument.
But Donald Trump said, "Hold my beer."
And he came in and spent and ran up over $8 trillion in debt in 4 years. Nobody has ever done that. That is a record.
And he gave all the rich people tax breaks, and then they took more money from you. You know what I'm saying? Don't you're like, oh, I got this stimulus check. Yeah, cool. No, they came back for all that money.
Yeah, and these guys who are worth $100 billion in 2010 are worth, not $100 billion. Sorry about that. Like 10 billion, 15, 20 billion in 2010 are worth $100 billion today. It's just crazy. That's not to knock them. If you go and get some money, get some money. But at the same time, those same people who, like Elon Musk, he went to the government, our federal government. That means our tax dollars helped him to make $250 billion where he's at right now. The same government, the same person who declines, when people put out, when they say that there's been some type of a racial discrimination suit against him, he's the one who's like, we don't care. We'll fire you and not worry about your discrimination suit. You know what I mean? This is what he does to his workers. So